Welcome to Character Creation Showdown, the show where two contestants let the dice decide what character they will build. Then I, your host, will score their builds based on what role they have to fulfill. May the best build win. Your character will be a tank, hexblood, full spellcaster that can multi-class into paladin, monk, and or any half or third spellcaster.
Bro, what the hell was that?
Way too much there.
With that in mind, you have the next 30 minutes to build a level 8 character. Good luck.
Fight me.
What is going to be the most challenging part of your build?
For me, probably just gonna be getting all the minutiae. I'm not very good with D&D Beyond, so making sure I have all the proficiencies, all of the stats, and buying all the equipment, and making sure I have all the different spells, and in my case, Warlock invocations.
What do you think of your chances against your opponent?
This is my first one. This is really hard. And I'm not very good with stat-based character creation. I prefer more making it to a theme that isn't necessarily how good it is, just how weird it is. That's more my specialty.
What is going to be the most challenging part of your build?
The most challenging part for me was trying to get a taunt, and I was able to find one, but it's not very good, so I think I'm just going to sort of dump taunt and try to go really hard on the other two criteria.
What do you think of your chances against your opponent?
Still fairly well. I'm pretty happy with the build I came up with.
To earn points, their character must have some form of taunt and be able to protect allies or control the battlefield. They must also be able to keep themselves in the fight by being able to take a lot of damage with their hit points or being able to avoid it altogether with their AC. This will be measured against a random monster with a CR rating equal to their level. Points are gained by doing the best at each objective of the assigned role, and a player wins by receiving the most points. So make sure to watch to the end to see whose build comes out on top. Now that our players have completed their builds, let's see what they've come up with.
So for my build, I made a School of Abjuration Wizard, took 7 levels of that, and then took a 1 level dip into Artificer. And for my taunts, I have 2 spells, Sanctuary and Rope Trick. Rope Trick isn't normally what you would think of as a taunt, but in a combat, your allies can climb into it, and it will draw fire away from them. So because of that, we're counting it as a taunt. And then moving on to Area Control, I have a pretty long list of spells for this one. For cantrips, I have Lightning Lure and Thorn Whip. For first level spells, I just have Alarm, and then for second level spells, I have Rhymes Binding Ice and Web, and then for third level spells, I have Counterspell and Hypnotic Pattern. And then lastly, for area control, I have my Projected Ward from Abjuration Wizard. And then lastly, for survivability, we'll start with spells again. For cantrips, I have Resistance and Blade Ward. And then for first level spells, I have Shield, Absorb Elements, Silvery Barbs, Cure Wounds, and Sanctuary. For second level spells, I have Mirror Image and Rope Trick. For third level spells, I have Blink. And then lastly, for fourth level spells, I just have Polymorph. And then in terms of features, I have Arcane Ward. So if I'm not projecting it onto an ally, that'll take damage away from me. And then I took the Resilient Constitution feat to improve my Constitution saving throws.
My character, his name is Flem. He is a 5th level Warlock, and he took 3 levels in Paladin. Subclass for Warlock is going to be the Great Old One, and the subclass for the Paladin is going to be Oath of the Crown. So for taunting enemies, from Oath of the Crown, Paladin, he got Champion Challenge as a Channel Divinity. As a Paladin, he also gets Divine Smite, and as a Warlock with the Great Old One, he gets Awakened Mind, which can be used to taunt telepathically. He took Booming Blade as a cantrip. He also took the spells Hellish Rebuke, Compelled Duel, and Divine Favor to deal some extra damage, as well as the Eldritch Invocation, Eldritch Smite. All that's just to, hit hard. So for area control, he took the Interception fighting style. He has Pact of the Blade, which is going to be a halberd, which gives him reach, and then he's going to pair that with the Sentinel feat. He also took the spells Dissonant Whispers and Tasha's Hideous Laughter from the Great Old One. He gets Command from Oath of the Crown, and he took the spells Darkness, Booming Blade, and Counterspell. Going into survivability, we have the Armor of Shadows invocation, which allows him to cast Mage Armor at will without using a spell slot. He also took a whole bunch of spells for this. So that's going to be Bless, Shield of Faith, Protection from Evil and Good, Charm Person, Mirror Image, and then Counterspell. He has Turn the Tide from Oath of the Crown, and then he has Lay on Hands, which he can use to boost his HP. Yeah, I think that's it.
After reviewing their builds, the first point goes to Will for having more reliable and a larger number of taunt options. Jonathan takes the second point for having stronger control features that synergize well to control the battlefield. The third point goes to Jonathan for being able to withstand longer against a Spirit Naga, which is the random creature for this episode. This means that Jonathan is the winner for this episode. Comment down below on whose build you think is better. If the video is live, you can click here to watch what we build next. Thanks for watching.